Hi guys, welcome back to the Super Sensitive Show. My name's Daria and I'm so happy that you're here with me today. We're going to talk about a wide variety of topics today, but I'm just so happy to be back in this stress-free, relaxing studio environment. I'm here today with my guest Lara. Hi Lara.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's great. Never better.
Never better?
Mm-hmm.
I hear you're a super fan.
I am the super sensitive super fan.
Lara Hanna is the super sensitive super fan, and we're going to get started on the Super Sensitive Show today on OKEDU Live, and I will see you there. Let's do it. So Lara, I hear you're a linguist, and you study linguistics. Is that your favorite kind of pasta?
Right.
Or do you like linguini, right?
Yeah.
Tell me, it's not your favorite pasta. That's what I'm saying.
So this is actually a very loaded question.
Lay it on me.
So it wouldn't be my favorite pasta. I'd have to say
What's your favorite pasta?
probably fettuccine Alfredo.
You're a fettuccinist?
Right.
So clearly I'm lost. Why don't you tell us what a linguist is and what you study?
That's a good idea. I study linguistics, sociocultural linguistics to be specific. So that is the study of language and culture and society.
Clearly I'm lacking.
Yeah, just a little bit. But different pastas exist in different cultures, so you honestly weren't that far off. You're fine. Don't worry about it.
Where do you go to school?
I go to Toronto Metropolitan University.
Wow.
Language and Intercultural Relations, great program, little plug. That's fine.
But
But
okay.
Oh. Sorry.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so I study French. I'm in a French stream, and they also give you the opportunity, very cool opportunity, to study other languages while you do your program. So I decided to take Arabic as well. Yeah, a little bit of Spanish. Jack of all trades. Or all pastas. Who the fuck is Jack?
Who the fuck is Jack? That's really cool and fun. Did you like it? Did you enjoy your program?
Yes, I really, really did.
You're going to grad school, too.
I am going to grad school, yeah. I'm going to U of T for anthropology.
Wow.
Yeah.
You said, I love school, and I just want to keep doing school.
I do love school. I really can't imagine myself doing anything else. I also don't want to grow up and have a big girl job yet, so that's the real truth. You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first, folks. That's really interesting because I feel like with school, there's so much pressure to just see it all the way through to the end and do all these different levels of even if it is grad school. Yeah. And it's how is that, I guess I'm just asking, how is that different than your graduating year? What would be your focus in grad school?
In grad school, you get to be a lot more specific with what you want to research as opposed to your entirety of schooling where you're kind of just learning a little bit of everything. You kind of get to learn a lot more about yourself through your studies, which is something that I'm very grateful for my program. We got to do these individual research projects where you kind of just pick a topic and you study that topic. And
not to interrupt, but I'm going to interrupt.
Go for it.
Tell me about your thesis, because that is kind of tying into...
Right. Okay. So my thesis specifically was about Egyptian youth culture and how they view their own native Egyptian identity with relation to the languages that they prefer to speak, as Arabic as opposed to English, as opposed to French. Right. Specifically, I looked at native Egyptians in Egypt, but you could expand that and look at people Egyptians all throughout the world really and apply that same concept.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
So when you get to grad school, is that kind of a subtopic you would want to continue with? Or is there a different area of linguistics and culture and communication that really drove you to be I want to spend more time kind of diving into this? Or would you try and expand the thesis?
I think I would try and expand it because, like I said, I only had half a semester to actually do research part of it and go and interview people and do questionnaires and stuff like that. Yeah. But the project's already kind of designed. I'd just like to apply it to like a bigger scale.
That's really cool.
Kind of interview more people here probably and maybe compare like the results, how they're different, why they're different.
Would you get a PhD?
Yes. So how it works basically for me anyway, I'll speak for my own personal trajectory. Yeah. It's like, so I'd be going into grad school and my program would be like a year, hopefully, fingers crossed, I get to finish it in a year. And then after that, if I choose to continue at U of T, I could do like entry from a master's into a PhD. So I'd just kind of continue my work at the same university. You still have to apply and all that, but
that's so cool.
Be easy, yeah.
You're a smart cookie.
I try. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how I got here. Like, I just kind of ended up here one day and, you know, it just happened.
I think there's something to be said about, like, academic success and you know, we could talk about academic validation, too, because I think, like, we all know that, like, when everything else is, like, kind of going to shambles, but you feel like it's something you can be very much in control over. And it's like, it can take over your entire life, but it's like, that's fine if the work is what you love. And it's like, I feel like you love what you're doing. I
really do.
Because like, you wouldn't be able to be motivated if it wasn't something that you were like, this is really interesting, and I just personally want to know more about it. Not even I want to tell other people about it. Like, I want to learn more about it. Yeah. Anyway, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Thank you. That's like so sweet. It's so nice to hear. Like when you, especially not even just academic validation, but just like, it's, for me, the reason why I'm so into this kind of thing is like, kind of ties into what I was saying before, how it helps you learn about yourself. Yeah. Right. So I'm like obsessed with this like concept of identity and like identity formation and like any aspect, not just cultural, but like, you know, so getting to do that research and find those answers for yourself, that's really the bulk of why I ended up liking like academia and school so much.
That's so cool because that's like that.
And then you just get graded for it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's nice. It's like, I don't know. I never really saw like, and that's why I love having these conversations with you, because I never really saw that type of academia, like that where it was just writing and tests and exams as a self-expression. But like really you're generating these ideas that are so specific and tailored to you and your own culture and your own identity. And it's like, well, how can it not be self-expressive? You know, and it's just like, it's so exciting because I feel like that's why I wanted to bring you on, is we're in such different fields. Like we are in extremely different fields. We met through a friend of a friend, but like I see overlaps in like things that we're interested in. And it's like, just because you're in a different industry doesn't mean that we can't collaborate in the future with whatever. You know, like when you're researching these things that are going on in these projects and kind of like mindsets, like there are going to be initiatives that go with that. And it's like, maybe in the future when you're doing your degree, you want to go on a trip and do some sort of course teaching somewhere. And it's like, it's so exciting to hear that because I don't know, I would like, that's something I would want to watch. Right. And that's something that it's like, that's such an interesting, fun idea. And I just like, I love that.
Cute.
I think that's so fun and exciting.
It's always so fun when you can kind of be like more interdisciplinary with what you're learning. So like the intersection between like art and culture and identity, like that could be something.
Yeah, and it all weaves in.
Yeah.
Right? Collab?
For sure. Collab. Coming soon.
Lara soon. Hanna X Super Sensitive X Daria X
Jojo.
Jojo, who I haven't formally introduced on this podcast yet, which is a sin to humanity, apparently, with the gasps and the glares that I'm getting around the room. Bowie is a Beagle Lab mix. I'll put
allegedly.
Is she?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, she is a mix of a bunch of different dogs and the devil. This is a photo of her. You wouldn't think she looks like the devil. And even if you met her, she wouldn't act like the devil. So really, she's kind of just like gaslighting me. But what were we talking about? Jojo.
Collab. Jojo.
Jojo collab.
Jojo collab.
Jojo's
coming soon to theaters near you.
They just want her to be on the episode.
I need her to be on the episode.
Okay, she's gonna be on the next episode. Perfect.
Is that her?
That's her.
Is she here?
She's here. All right.
Okay.
On the topic of school and mental health, I feel like, especially when you're graduating and you had grad applications, like, it's been a stressful year. So I want to talk about, like, mental health and coping.
Oh, we're talking about mental health today. Okay. Well, girl, let me tell you. So finding a fucking therapist in Toronto is the hardest fucking thing. Told me to get comfortable on this show. I'm gonna get comfortable.
Tell me about it.
On this show.
Let's hear it.
Clearly, very stressed out. If you couldn't already tell. Honestly, don't know why you brought me on to talk about coping and mental health, because
I'm gonna coach you.
I don't know what to
I'm
say.
your therapist right now.
Okay.
Why don't you lie down? Why don't you get comfortable? Tell me, when did it start? Nope, that's loaded. Tell me.
When did it start?
When
will it end? That's the question I want to fucking know.
When did it start? When is it gonna finish?
When does it end? Okay, so I guess we have to talk about, like, work, school, life balance, right?
Because that is the hardest thing. And the worst part is you can't not have a work, school, life balance because remember we were gonna talk about money. I don't know. I choose
what is that?
To be oblivious when it comes to money.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Delusional,
delusional. As much as I will say, I respect the stock exchange.
I don't.
We
could have all lived in a field somewhere together eating fruit, but then humans decided to get greedy and made money.
Yeah.
Why? We could have been dancing and being girls.
As ladies and women who don't know anything about money or the stock exchange and choose not to know anything because it's made up.
Yeah.
It's become a very stressful thing when you realize that everything is unbelievably difficult to obtain. The idea of owning a house right now.
That's not real.
It's not possible.
Property ownership is not.
Property ownership, having money on the side, having a car, raising a family, buying dog food, like it is very difficult to even comprehend. And like we struggle to do this while we're in school. How about when we get a job? Right? And it's like how, like all that balance, and it's like already eating away at us, and we're like 21. Get the fuck out.
Who the fuck invited this fossil into the fucking program?
How did she get in here? We'll let her in.
Dug her up.
But yeah, money. Even I look back in ye old days, and it's like, were y'all this stressed out about constantly working? Did you have the energy? Are we just in like a new generation where we're so hyper aware of that we need to be doing things with like, and then feel guilty when we don't do them? Like, is that something you resonate with?
Definitely. And I think obviously we talk about like the nature of today's society where everything's like so easily accessible. You think that would make things easier to accomplish, but in reality the expectations get set higher and higher because you have like everything at your fingertips, when in reality that's not really true.
And that price continues to also go up, and it's like, the rich are getting richer.
Yeah. This is depressing.
Well,
you could say I'm super sensitive about this issue.
You could say I'm super sensitive and thinking about money and things all the time. But how do you cope with that? Like, do you catch yourself and like, be like, all right, one thing at a time? Like, does that help lasso you in? Like, what are the thoughts that you end up?
Yeah, I kind of find myself like, I don't even know if this is necessarily a good coping mechanism, but like compartmentalizing like certain things.
Yeah, like one thing at a time.
Yeah, at this point in time, I have to worry about like this thing, and you know, you kind of have to like not that I always follow it, but set a schedule for yourself at some point. Like, get things, like, out of the way. Think of it like little like a video game.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
Side
get your
quests.
little, literally,
Beep, beep,
like
beep,
that,
beep, beep.
like that. That's the only way my little squirrel brain can, like, manage everything that's going on. But you know what?
Like, this expectation that we need to be multitaskers is another thing. Yeah. And it's like, we feel good when we can multitask. Like, we feel like the one. Like, oh, today I did this while I was doing this and da-da-da-da-da.
But then on a day where you do nothing?
New story.
Your self-esteem?
Self-esteem, boom. And it's like, well, we're human. Like, how many things can we possibly do at once? And how can we expect ourselves to constantly be at our highest energy level and our most motivated, or, you know, da-da-da-da-da. So it's like, I think that's a good coping mechanism. Like, to set these smaller little tasks and realize, like, maybe I know I'm the one who brought it up. Maybe I don't need to be worrying about how am I going to buy a house in 20 years. Maybe. Right? Like, maybe I just need to finish graduating. Maybe, you know, we kind of, I don't know, we take the things as they come. Yeah. And that also means taking the successes as they come, and making sure to take time to celebrate. Because that's something that I struggle with. Yeah. Like, it's like, because we're such motivated, and I speak for the both of us because I know you're also super motivated. Since we're such motivated, ambitious people, it can be hard to, like, revel in, like, something, like an accomplishment. Yeah. It's on to the next.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Done. And you don't, that's why we feel no sense of, like, you know, like, happiness. We're never satisfied. So learning to, like, just take time with your friends. Like, your friends are so, so important. That's something that I learned, like, last semester when I was going through the whole, like, grad school application, like, almost done university. Like, what the fuck am I doing? You know? Let people be there for you. If you know, you have those people in your life, don't feel like it's all on you to do everything all the time.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's, like, also that ties into empathy and realizing that, whoa, and I had to catch myself doing this. Like, I'm not the only one graduating. Yeah. I'm not the only one feeling lost at this time in my life. Yeah. Right? And that's why outwardly speaking about it and, like, sitting here having this conversation, I feel so much more, like, because, you know, sometimes you shit on yourself and you go, I'm not doing enough, or I'm not doing the best that I can do all the time. But it's like, and then I look to someone like you who's constantly hardworking, and you're saying the same things to yourself, and it's like, well, that's not fair to you. Right. Am I not being fair to me? You know? So it's like, that's why these conversations are so important. Are so, like, just relieving. Yeah. And, like, nice to hear. And it's like, whoa, like, we're on the right track. I could be doing crack cocaine on the curb.
You could have had the subway shut down for unsanitary conditions because you barfed all over the subway right now.
That's why you were
And that's not to say we're not empathetic to people that are going through something right now.
But why did you have to shut the subway down?
I was late.
Shut the subway down for unsanitary reasons. How did that happen?
Beats me.
What does that include?
Vomit? Yeah.
What's the time? I get everybody on the show to fill out these little persons. Yeah. So you can fill them out however you want. You can draw yourself. And you better get into it. Yeah, they're very high quality.
Only remember markers. Wait, oh my god, the possibilities are endless. I'm overwhelmed.
Okay. Do you do any art? Do you like to do art?
I used to when I was younger. I actually wanted to be a graphic designer.
Wow.
Yeah, but alas.
You do have graphic design energy.
Do I? What does graphic design energy entail?
I know. Low cut Levi jeans, 501s.
That's literally what I'm doing.
It involves smelling good. Wearing socks and loafers.
That's such
having
a coincidence.
Having a nose ring.
That's such
looking
a
like you go to OCAD. That's giving.
What did you just say to me?
Looking like you go to OCAD.
Don't ever say that to my face.
Looking
again.
like you go to OCAD graphic design.
Okay.
So that's different.
Fair.
You used to want to go into graphic design.
Yeah, when I was like 7. But
when you were 7.
I remember I used to, like, my mom like tells this story all the time. I used to draw like cartoon characters like from memory.
Oh, cool.
And she was like so obsessed with that since
Mickey
I was
Mouse.
like 3.
They're
all Mickey Mouse.
Okay, we were talking about Mickey Mouse last night. Like, did you also have that European childhood thing where like every cartoon character was Mickey Mouse?
It's almost like an ethnic like child.
Yeah, but it would be like a kangaroo.
Oh my
with
God,
like
that's Mickey
round
Mouse.
ears and be like a Mickey
That's
Mouse.
literally Mickey Mouse. Girl, when I was in Egypt a few months ago, I literally I met this camel, right? Guess what his fucking name was?
Wasn't it Mickey Mouse?
Mickey fucking Mouse.
I think that's what brought it.
Mickey Mouse.
Spit on the can. I think that's literally what brought it up because I was like, "Are you literally drawing JoJo?"
Yeah.
I almost kicked you. I hit my reflex bone.
That's okay. You can kick me if you want.
That's
We'll
a
have it
really
on
cute
there.
Bowie.
Thanks.
Have you ever considered going to OCAD for illustration? I think it would be
Are they
good.
taking people right now?
They're getting rid of people.
So is there a spot for me?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I'm in.
Is this your entirety of your portfolio?
Yeah.
Guaranteed success. You're
Right?
in.
Okay.
I'll write you a letter of recommendation.
I actually had this teacher in high school that like really, really wanted me to go to OCAD because I did like 3 contact classes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like know how to use any of this stuff. I can't even name you anything outside of Photoshop, but she was like, you need to go to OCAD. It's such a good
And you
school.
said absolutely.
And I
will.
said,
and then you got.
And then I dipped.
And then you got on the bus to Ryerson.
And where did I go?
TMU.
Right. Dead name. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Super Sensitive Show. My name's Daria Joyce, and we just had Lara Hanna here with us on the show. So,
I don't. Okay. I guess I'm Lara Hanna. This is
Right.
Daria Joyce.
that's what I just said.
And this was the Super Sensitive Show. And I'm just so glad that you guys tuned in today. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
I feel like I went cross-eyed. That's so funny.